Let's go!
If we could address you directly right now.
Everything comes full circle.
New minimum wage, putting money directly into the pockets of New Yorkers who need it most. Go to ny.gov/.
Brush my teeth. I'm a good wash in the morning.
I can't confirm or deny.
You know, just keep going a little bit longer here, Mike. Keep going a little bit longer.
We interrupt your regularly scheduled program for this special report.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Are you ready? Hey, think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters.
That button goes down. Insert inappropriate joke about going down here. Parentheses, your mom. Hello! Back-to-back mom jokes. Immediately. On the Sports Show with Cody Mack, that's me. That's my name. What? That's crazy. You guys are crazy. ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. All right, here. Sorry, I'm reading breaking news because the NBA trade deadline is tomorrow. And there's a special tomorrow on ESPN. Nice. I'll watch that. But the breaking news is that Kevin Durant has no desire in a reunion with the Warriors, which means the clip that I was going to play today, which I probably was then going to end up playing tomorrow, will be null and void because he will then have been traded to the Warriors. Now, telephone, I'm doing a sports show. And if you'd like to contribute to said sports show, because it's a big 'em here today in the Cuse as we are, ready to, what? What are we ready to do? Beat Duke, right? I'm wearing the shirt. Yeah. Guys, my shirt says Beat Duke, so it's pretty much going to happen. But again, if you'd like to chime in with anything, any thoughts and whatnot today about said Duke game, 315-437-7644. Up in the dome, 7 o'clock. Or if there are any Duke fans up here from wherever the hell you come from, feel free to call in and tell me how it is you were able to lift up that rock in which you've crawled out from underneath. Oh, you got it. You got him. No, but for real, though, if you're a Duke fan and you're up here, I wouldn't mind. 315-437-7644. You won't. You're scared. That's what I heard anyway. Also, over on QSportsTalk.com. Yeah, right? Brian Higgins. I got real lucky to wear this shirt today. It was pretty lucky of me to bust this shirt and hat out. But big hello over there to you guys. We got Florida Guy, Gavendo, Showgirl Susan, Tucci, and of course, Cody's little dong. Degenerates. Who even names their name after my genitals? Unbelievable. Let's go.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun.
So, yeah, we'll get to Cuse Duke in a little while. I mean, I don't know what more I could do for you. I was trying to think. Everybody else around here does a way better job of covering Cuse than I do, and then you'll get infinite amount of coverage in about an hour with a 3 on 5 with Brian Higgins, as he will lead you on through all of the things for the biggest basketball game in the history of this year for Syracuse. I have cotton candy in my eyebrows and eyelashes. So, yeah, we'll do that in a little while. We'll talk about that. And because, again, I was like, what can I do? I was like, how about this? I like listening to old clips of things. How about we reminisce? Do we go down memory lane? I think we shall. We'll go down memory lane a little bit and relive some of the better Duke games that have happened with the Cuse over the last couple years. We'll do that. We will also maybe talk some NBA. We'll see. I know there was a crazy finish in the NBA that I'll probably want to get to here, maybe even in this first break, just because. And then maybe tomorrow we'll do a whole draft show. And then Friday, all Super Bowl stuff. Because, man, I've ingested a lot of Super Bowl things this week as much as I can. Instead of watching any type of news coverage on anything, anywhere, I have just watched all Super Bowl stuff. Like Media Day, I like Jalen Hurts talking, saying he's feels bitter about losing before. He's ready to come back. Just all the things. So we'll get to that Friday. I don't want to oversaturate everybody with Super Bowl things, as we will get that probably everywhere you look on TV all weekend long. Also, maybe we'll recap Monday Night Raw from Monday, and even though it's Wednesday, maybe we'll do that at the far end. We'll see. I don't know if we'll have time. We definitely won't be able to go to Bed Bath & Beyond. There will not be time for Bed Bath & Beyond. What there will be time for is some shooty hoop news, as another awesome night in college basketball. I'm going to keep saying that because it's just gotten better and better every couple days for college basketball. Tonight for the Cuse, will it go so well? I don't know. We'll find out. But last night you had the number one team in the nation. Let me do some things. That way I'll remember later. There we go. Taking on Oklahoma. The Oklahoma teams were in action last night. How did they fare? The number one team in the nation, Auburn, only with one loss. Ever since they got Broom back, they've just been on a tear. And last night, really,
Oklahoma hitting the road.
No different.
To face number one Auburn. Charles Barkley in attendance. Charles Barkley on the broadcast on the environment.
I come to about 3 or 4 football games a year, 4 or 5 basketball games a year. It's like a family reunion. And Bruce has made the jungle the place to be.
Well, it is. There's no home court like it, quite honestly. And this team feeds off of it first half. Miles Kelly, yes, indeed.
And you see Janai Broom with the vision there. Miles Kelly knew exactly when to cut against that pressure Oklahoma defense.
Then Broom the steal. Chad Baker-Mazzara. Yep.
I don't think I've ever seen him not smiling.
No, man. He eventually fouled out, in part because of a technical foul. Jeremiah Fears, the freshman, that was the only shot he made. He was 1 for 8, was Fears. And then Dylan Cardwell throwing it down.
They're so great interior passing team, Auburn.
And they went on to win 98-70, the number one team in the nation. Yeah, they look really good, man. If you're making me pick right now a Final Four team, just pick one, it's Auburn. Absolutely. I'm a big fan of that, man. They are real good. And then another team I'm a big fan of would be another team that played another team from Oklahoma. Houston, number 5, Houston, took on Oklahoma State last night. The game I watched some. It was a little closer than the final score would lead on at certain points. Defense.
Cowboys back up.
Oh, no.
Top. Cryer,
let's go Sooners. Never mind.
His second 3. 5 to shoot. Wilson has to hoist. Buries it. Cryer, this will be number 4. Roberts, a man among boys. Look at that. And finally, Oklahoma State tracks it down. Keller pirouetting. knocked off the window by Tugler. He is a high flyer. Houston has their largest lead and possession.
Oh, Houston, possession, not good. Calling the cops because they stole this one. 72-63, number 5 Houston, another team that I would pick as a Final Four team, to be honest with you. I really like them last couple of years. They've been a decent program, if you will. Also, you had last night Kentucky, number 14 Kentucky, against number 25 Ole Miss. Another great game. Another team in Ole Miss, I don't know if I'd pick them to go so far as the Final Four, but they are ballers. Every time you're like, oh, they're slipping out of the top 25, they have a game like this, like they did against number 14 Kentucky.
They shot 61% from the floor in the first half against Kentucky. That's Dia with the steal and lay-in. Juju Murray 3.
Defensive miscommunication there by Kentucky's defense.
How about an and one? How about 54-31 at halftime? 54-31 at halftime, Ole Miss.
If you can't stay in front of the basketball, you're going to have problems offensively.
However, in the second half, things would turn around. Like I said, 54-31 Ole Miss at the end of the first half.
Second half, then Dre Davis for Ole Miss trying to reestablish a nice chunky lead. He's able to do it from the free throw line. Ole Miss goes on to win, but we don't want to let it overshadow the performance of this guy. Amari Williams, 1 assist away from a triple-double. It would be the 4th in Kentucky history, and there it is. 12 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists, everything but the win for Big Blue. 4th triple-double in Cats history, first since Isaiah Briscoe in 2016. First of the 4 that have come in a loss this night belong to the Rebels as a team.
Yeah, Ole Miss, again, they just look continuously good when it really matters. Another great game last night, number 12, St. John's. They are now 20-3. St. John's, 20-3. Kadari Richmond, 18 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists as they took down number 11, Marquette, 70-64. Absolutely unreal. Kadari Richmond looking like a beast last night, man. So good for him. Good for Kadari Richmond. Good for St. John's. And then also last night you had Arizona and BYU. If you stayed up for some of the later stuff, then you got to see a team that also I would compare to an Ole Miss in Arizona, where they're up and down. But tonight, or on this night, last night, they were up.
Dimon, dangerous pass, but it found its target. But catching's a little off target, but the putback is good. Of open court situations, careless play by Arizona. Largest lead of the game for BYU of 4. Del Arso almost lost it, but kisses it in. Faisar elects to shoot that 3 and swish. Beautiful stroke from downtown. And it ties it at 50, just over 4 minutes in. Pass for Keita, a little low and deflected and stolen. Caleb Love wanting to go to the rim, and he reverses and lays it in. 9-2 run is stopped, at least temporarily. And Faisar defended by Saunders. Now they switch Saunders on Lewis. Open look from the corner. Jaden Bradley once again. Outstanding fan base, great program.
Here comes the dunk by Arizona to seal this game for the number 20 team in the nation.
And a Dimon 3 at the buzzer.
Oh, I think I missed it. It was before that. I was paying attention for a sec. The 2 seconds I stopped paying attention. I was saving a choking victim at a restaurant. That's what I was doing for those 2 seconds that I looked away. Absolutely. And then last night, possibly the game of the night between some teams that you wouldn't really think would be going at it here in a multi-overtime game.
On the drive, had it blocked, and here goes Nate George the other way. In transition, and Tunner slapped it off the window. Dongo back the other way, and he's
Clemson, sorry.
That's a play of the game right there.
Zachary against
Does that voice sound
George.
familiar? Who's that voice?
This is a Dongo screen, the lob, and Dongo the flush. 6.5, 8 in the game for Dongo. We're just set up here for Dongo, Coach.
Yeah. Great pass.
Yeah.
Now Dylan Hunter switches off. Zachary or George.
Yeah.
Up it goes.
Great pass. Jimmy B with the succinct commentary.
On the dribble, pushed it up, got the bounce.
He's just playing great.
Here's Georgia Tech front court, out of timeouts. Powell launches off the mark, cleans it up, overtime. Overtime at Littlejohn Coliseum on the follow by Duncan Powell. Up in the hands of Dylan Hunter.
I heard Stephen Fonte mentioning this game earlier today on Orange Nation. This was baffling. Clemson had 2 chances to win this game with like a minute left combined on 2 possessions, and they waited until the last second to make this step-back 3 that all the kids are trying to do.
George on the drive.
And they missed both.
Soiree, there's the dunk with 15 points.
And they end up going into overtime. And then double overtime when they probably could have won off free throws and just the drive to the lane.
Lob inside, Dongo the catch. He'll turn with a right hand and score.
Dongo.
Chase Hunter in traffic.
Again here.
Layup is good.
Chase Hunter, do that, and you win.
Into Shefflin it goes. Ian will turn, get it to Chase Hunter at the horn for the tie. Ooh. Nope. Georgia Tech wins in triple overtime tonight.
Triple overtime for Clemson and Georgia Tech. Neither of them are very good, but still, damn good game. You go into triple overtime, I'll watch for a little bit, and then possibly the game of the night, and I'm happy about it because it involves my favorite team, the UCLA Bruins. They took on number 9 Michigan State, and here it is picking up about a little bit into the second half here, and it was 35-28 going into the second half, and UCLA pulled ahead a little bit here, and then Michigan caught back up, if you will, until a certain team makes a layup almost at the buzzer, or like 7 seconds left.
Creating contact up top the block by Aiken. Jaden trying to finish at the other end. Doesn't get the call, does get the bucket. But that's the second on Kobe.
Aiken's coming to the basket. Strong finish over that footer, but doesn't matter.
With Carr on it, back in. Spin, taking away the strip and the steal. Fiddler ahead of the pack, and the lay-in.
And now at that point, Michigan getting back up close.
The opposition out of the way right now. Aiken's tough shot underneath. Followed by Kohler up and in. Gonna run it down and take this last shot. Daly inside.
Great play.
And UCLA goes on to win in the sexy game of the day. They upset number 9 Michigan State 63-61. Sexy game of the day on ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. Sexy game of the day because UCLA edges Michigan State.
ESPN 97.7 and 100.1.
I'm Terry. I'm Tony. Here at Mannion and Copani, we get 2 kinds of calls. One.
It smells good.
This woman called. She had a question about how many years in advance.
It was this hand.
5 years. She said, "You sure?" I told her that yes, I'm absolutely sure. Your plan has to be in place 5 years before your mom goes into a nursing home. It was a long pause. Then she made an appointment to see me. Then there's the second kind of call, post-nursing home planning. I'm Terry, and Medicaid rules are just that, rules. The second kind of caller explains that her mom was about to go into a nursing home, and she didn't know
All right.
what to do. Here at Mannion and Copani, we do know what to do. There's always something that can be done.
Always something that can be done. Oh, my God.
Right now,
Police are stepping up patrols to make sure drivers and pedestrians obey our crosswalk laws. Why? Because every year in New York, people are injured or killed just crossing the street. So remember, pedestrians, obey traffic signals.
Yeah, pedestrians. Oh my God. Stop walking out in the middle of the road. Out in the middle of the road.
We will educate you on the law. And you may
I need a haircut.
tickets get attention, and that saves lives. A message from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee.
Basketball season is here, and so are some great deals at Burdick Ford in Central Square. Burdick Ford is locally owned and operated, with their staff focused on customer service to help you find the perfect deal. Find a new or used SUV or truck at Burdick Ford. You want confidence you're making the right choice, and Burdick Ford will give you that confidence. Visit Burdick Ford today, just off exit 102 on 81 in Central Square, or at burdickford.com. You have questions about Medicare's upcoming annual enrollment period? One Group can help. Backed by years of experience, our Medicare insurance advisors are here to guide you through your coverage options and plan changes for 2025. Visit onegroup.com or call One Group today at 315-457-18.
You heading on up there, Govendo? Be careful. Oh, be careful up there. Oh, my God. Oh. Oh, no. Gotcha. Now I see that. That's pretty cool.
Traditionally, fine service and facilities within the means of all.
Don't do what you did last year. Show them you care by booking your Valentine's Day plans now with 11 Waters for you and your favorite person. Part of the Marriott Syracuse downtown, 11 Waters will be hosting an intimate 3-course dining experience with multiple options.
Oh, my God. It's this lady telling me to do stuff again. Now it's to go to 11 Waters for Valentine's Day. Oh, my God.
Book your Valentine's Day reservation with 11 Waters on Open Table today. Drive your career to new heights in 2025. Come join the Drivers Village team. It's a great place to work, and we need you. Stop by our career fair, February 6th between 3 and 6 p.m. Drivers Village in Cicero. Find out more at dvpeople.com.
Watch your favorite ESPN Syracuse sports talk shows on qsportstalk.com.
This is The Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Finally, I'm falling and fooling myself that it's flight imperfect. I plummet and ponder, pushed away on principle. Walk away and I stare.
We're back. ESPN Radio, 97.7 and 100.1, The Sports Show with Cody Mack. Hello. Hi. Hello. That's me. 315-437-7644 if you want to call in and, do that. Talk about the things. If you're heading on up to the Duke game later tonight, we can chat about that. I don't mind. If you're a Duke fan in town, first of all, hope you have great meals and great service, and everybody here is real nice to you. However, I hope you have a miserable time. But I wouldn't mind hearing from you. Call in if you want. 315-437-7644 or over on qsportstalk.com. So we're hanging out. Oh, I didn't turn the mic off that time. I missed the button before I coughed. Well, oh well. Things happen. At least I coughed into the crook of my arm. like a gentleman. So here we are. We're hanging out. It's a good time. Thanks to DVOffers.com, powered by Drivers Village in Cicero. Oh, boy. Looks like the sun's out. That's interesting. I didn't know that happened in the Q's. Just kidding. But nice day. I think we'll be all right. I think depending on the area you're in today, you're okay. It's an advisory for some weather. So you're going to get the ingredients to make tacos, but we're not making tacos yet. We're just getting the ingredients to do so. See what I'm saying there? So there's that. All right, let's do some randos, shall we? Because we'll do some randos, and then we can come back and do all Cuse Duke reminiscing. Does that sound fun? All right, cool. Because NBA has been front and center the last couple days, and it will be for the next couple days with the trade deadline. Lots of huge trades happening today. Another big trade. Middleton and Kuzma going for each other. Lots of great games last night. The 76ers and Mavs going at it. Anthony Davis's new team getting beat 118-116. The game I happened to watch, Celtics-Cavs, as the Celtics pretty much 5 games back, but they're still saying that they're the top team, and I wouldn't bet against them. 112-105. The Knicks, 121 over the Raptors, 115. You had the Lakers, Doncic's new team, 122-97. He ain't playing there yet, but LeBron, dude's my age, 26, 8, and 9. Unreal. And then the game of the night with the craziest ending that I've seen in quite some time. You had the Nets and the Rockets going at it here, and the Nets, of all teams, upset the Rockets, where the Rockets were up a little chunk, had it into like 5 seconds left in this game, and they lose by allowing a 3 and then a steal and then another 3. It was like Reggie Miller back in the Garden all over again.
Johnson with the slam. Elevation from Keon Johnson. Finds Şengün through the lane. Whoa. Threw it off the backboard. Gets it back. Lays it in. Plus the foul. Elfrid Şengün has been a menace. Johnson hastily up the floor. Nets have to move in a hurry. Johnson crosses over and slams it down. 3-point game, 10.6 to go. 9.5 to go. Nets down 4. Owooma has to get it in. Finds Johnson a deep 3. Is good. It's a 1-point game with 6.9 to go. Inbound, stolen away. Russell, you bet. He got it. Nets lead. 3.4 to go. Thompson looking in, gets it to Green. Green turns the corner, a 3 is off, and Brooklyn steals this from Houston. A 3rd straight Nets win.
Wow, unreal. That was crazy, man. That was literally the only second time I've ever seen that many points scored that fast. Was the first time Reggie Miller against the Knicks years and years ago. Pretty awesome NBA stuff. And then you had some WWE rando news for you now, as I like that the WWE does this after the Royal Rumble, as we are now in the road to WrestleMania season, as we're doing our rando segment here, NBA news, now WWE. They do post-match things, and this was John Cena explaining, as one of the greatest of all time, he deserves time here, explaining how after the Rumble, he will be entering into the Elimination Chamber. So it's like sports stuff, but with guys that wear Spanx.
What is best for business is I main event WrestleMania. And what is best for business is, for the first time, I confidently say that I'm going to win a 17th championship. So I'm announcing tonight that I will compete in the Elimination Chamber. And I'm saying that because after 23 years of loyal service to this company, I feel that opportunity is earned.
Oh.
And yes, I'm flying back to Hungary to film a movie, so what I'm going to do is give my 5 other opponents 1 month to slander my name and bolster their self-confidence the best that I can. I told Toronto when I announced my retirement that I was grateful for the city and I would be back. And I would be back to kick ass.
And chew bubblegum.
It is time to walk that talk and be who I say I am. I am going to the Elimination Chamber to win, and I'm going to main event my final appearance in WrestleMania and win a 17th championship because that's what's best for business. And I say that because it is not best for my ego. It is not best for my business. I have built my existence here off of hard work, loyalty to this company, and respect for all of its branches. I will win 17 not for me. I will win 17 to someday shake the hand of the person who wins 18.
Looking for the biggest upset in wrestling recent memory. Looking for the biggest upset in recent college basketball memory would be Syracuse tonight against Duke. We'll talk about some of their past matchups after this. Sports Show, Cody Mack, ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. Do 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 do.
The Central New York Boat Show is back February 13th through 16th at the New York State Fairgrounds. Hundreds of new and pre-owned boats and brands on display and for sale. Cruisers, ski boats, pontoons, fishing boats, sailboats, and personal watercraft. Plus docks, engines, and accessories. Find a boat for every lifestyle and budget. The CNY Boat Show, February 13th through 16th at the New York State Fairgrounds in the Expo Center and Exhibit Buildings. Buy tickets now at cnyboatshow.com.
One, two, three, four. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my.
The only thing worse than learning you have cancer is learning you should have been diagnosed sooner. Should your doctor have tested you earlier? Were you denied a potential cure because your doctor failed to act? If so, you're not alone. The Porter Law Group can get you the answers you deserve. Call 833-888-LINK for a free case evaluation or visit nycancerlawyers.com.
Ask a pro golfer, and they'll tell you the best way to improve your game isn't to shine your driver. It's working on the fundamentals with a great coach. The same goes for wealth management. You can get swept up in the
Oh. I blow my nose real quick. Here's my water. Blah, 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 blah. You can't sneak a vape on a plane, really? Even if you like put it in like a bunch of stuff? I'm sorry. It's a bunch of bullshit, if you ask me.
Grill for only $25. Taza Pizzeria and Grill is located at 466 Westcott Street in Syracuse. From
Hot cheesy stromboli was Brian Higgins' name in college, too. I knew it. I knew it. Knew it.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1. Let's do it, shall we? In the Harding Mazzotti studio, we're going to do some Duke talk. Be a good idea, right? You can chime in if you want, 315-437-7644 or over on QSportsTalk.com. We're all hanging out there, just having a chat, being a bunch of degenerates, probably sharing nudes with each other, I bet. That's what they do. I knew it. All right, up in the Dome tonight is Duke. A bunch of snobby Duke people. Huh? But that's okay. No big deal. You heard it first this morning. 6:01. Josh on K-Rock says upset Syracuse Duke. I am not as hopeful. I would like to see that. I like to see upsets. That would be great to see a Syracuse team storm the court, have their signature moment. The season's not going to go well, even after this game. They're not going to go on a crazy-ass run and make a bunch of things. But this would be a fun moment for the year. You can be like, yeah, it wasn't that great, but remember when we beat Duke, right? Huh? 11-0 in the ACC, Duke. So there's that to root for, but I don't know. 7 o'clock tonight, Aspen 2, all over our Brostat, TK99, K-Rock's got it on 94.9. There's a lot of stuff going on in this game. It's really all about Cooper Flag for Duke and Syracuse. If they want to win this game, he's got to be terrible. And the other people around him also have to be terrible. And then Syracuse has to be really good. So I'm not hopeful. I don't want to be a negative Nancy or nothing. It's just that I have eyeballs, and I've watched the team, and I've watched both teams. Pretty cool, though. Malik Brown coming back from injury. He's going to be there. Remember that guy? A stud during his time in the Orange, 6'9". Oh, 6'9" forward, had a career high 26 points against Duke last year. I don't think he plays enough to get even close to that this year. Wouldn't that be crazy as a gotcha game? Oh, that would be terrible. I don't want to see that. But again, yeah, it all comes down to Cooper Flag. It really does here. And I tried to find, again, like I do with certain games, a counterpoint to Syracuse's hometown homerness. And he had a good old double D, Rod Baxley of the Fayetteville Observer. He didn't really say much either. No one wants to be negative Nancy, so I can get angry at him anymore. It happened once. Yeah, it happened once. And look, they all backed down. You backed down, Rod Baxley. That's what I thought. But he did say the Dome will be packed to watch the Blue Devils, but Syracuse doesn't have the pieces to pull off the upset. Oh. What if we do? We don't. I don't think we do. But it doesn't matter. We're not even going to worry about that. It doesn't matter. What we're going to do here for the next little bit is remember the good old times of the fun games that used to be and that could be tonight. Maybe tomorrow I'm replaying and I'm going, wow, this is insane. I can't believe we're going to be playing a bunch of clips from this game. I'm going to make that noise a lot tomorrow. But I don't know. Who knows? But we're going to go kind of backwards here as a big game just happened just kind of recently. Just recently as a number one team in Duke on February 23rd, 2019, R.J. Barrett dropping 37 65 for Cuse, 75 for Duke, as Syracuse could not take down the number one team twice in the season, although they did take them down earlier in the year when, again, Duke, remember when Duke had a big superstar in Zion? And then we were like, who cares? And we took them into overtime and took them down, pulled them up, but not out, as Syracuse got the win over Zion, RJ Barrett. They combined for 58. So, I mean, but this has got some names. Throughout these clips, there's some memorable names here. Again, OT winner over number one Duke. Could it happen tonight? They're not number one. Number one in our hearts for hatred.
And now some slow-moving players on each side. Fatigue is evident. Chuku, another rebound. And Syracuse leads 81-80 with 3 minutes to go here in Cameron. The number one team in the country, Duke, in a real battle with a Syracuse team that needs a resume booster. And Frank Howard has emerged in the second half with 14 points.
Foul, so they can really go after Syracuse on the defensive end without fear of putting the orange on the line on a common foul.
Tough shot, and he made it. The step back is good by Tyus Battle. Battle, 3 seconds. Battle for the lead. No, the rebound, O'Connell, and they're heading for overtime. So the quick turnaround. Syracuse wins the tip. No fatigue there, as Elijah Hughes went swooping into the bucket. Right up there as well. Battle, wow, straddling the three-point line. Jim Boeheim says we have good players. We haven't played very well. There's still a chance, and they've played well tonight. Since halftime. Drives on Alex O'Connell, and it's Chuku!
Chuku!
The dunk for the Cuse. He has 10. RJ Barrett, a deep three. And Chuku, fittingly, the ball in his hands as the game ends.
And Syracuse wins. See? So you never know. Who knows, right? And then, I mean, do I even have to set this one up? I think we all know what this one's going to be from 2017. Little buzzer beater, if you will.
This season could be hanging here. Could be NIT or NCAA.
Good defense. Kennard forces it. Leighton's got it. With 5 seconds to go. They're going to pay attention to the clock. Gillen. Got it! Syracuse wins!
Are you serious? Oh, the right guy scored. He deserved it, that kid.
Awesome. Syracuse, the Gillen game.
Take a look at John Gillen. There was 5 when he started it, and he had 3 Blue Devils around him, and that clearly will count. And the bank is open.
I know you got a lot of people you want to high five, but you got to tell me what was going through your mind in that final possession.
I was like, I got to get a shot off.
And he did. Oh, it was great, man. That was so good. And then I think we all remember this next one. We're going to start here about 24 seconds in a second here. Might as well just call this the Jim Jacket game, as Syracuse is now the number one team in the nation. Duke now number 17. And then this happened.
Mike Krzyzewski thought it should have been a walk. 2:36 to go. Looks like they're going to go right down to the wire as they did up at the Carrier Dome. Suleiman shovels it to Hood for a big basket. Duke by 4. The game of the year to this point. Syracuse winning in overtime 3 weeks ago. Are we headed for another finish like that here tonight?
And if you're Duke, you're going to try to deny the ball, get it out of Ennis's hands. He's been clutch. Just as Pittsburgh, he's made big plays at the end of games.
Can't come off Cooney. Fair. Offensive.
Here he goes. Oh, Jim.
Jim Boeheim is livid, and I don't blame him. He is livid.
And a
no, it's here on top of it. No, don't end the game like this, like that.
Unreal.
I did not believe that Rodney Hood got there. You give him a tremendous amount of credit for taking that charge, but I didn't believe that was the correct call from my vantage point. But we're 150 feet away.
Did he throw him out of the game?
He did. He got 2 technicals.
Oh, you don't want to see the game end like this. He had a right to scream. There's times when the coach has a right. Come on now.
Remember, the feet have to be set before the player begins his upward motion into the shot. I think we'd all agree, guys, it's probably the toughest call to make in basketball, and it's being called differently this year than it was in the past.
And Cuse goes down. However, one of the greatest gifts in the history of the universe did come from this game happening. So, I mean, is that okay? Oh, not really. How about this? The best Cuse Duke game that I can remember when we come back on the sports show. I'm Cody Mack. Huh? Sound good? ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1. Boop, 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 boop.
In Syracuse with your favorite local sports guys, Brian and Paulie. Okay, guys, here's your question. What's the value of this item? You can't go over the value. A 1956 Topps Mickey Mantle card graded PSA 6.
PSA 6, that actually seems high for a mantle. I think they're mostly 2s and 1s. So I'll go $10,000.
He probably was. Dickie V, rooting for Duke. Dukies, baby! I love him! Oh, Duke! Like that. Dipsy Duke, Dukaroo! The Dipsy Doo Dukaroo is actually my sexual finishing maneuver. Give her the old Dipsy Doo Dukaroo. You don't want to know. It's usually just me crying, saying I'm sorry. That's what it is. I don't know. You're so pretty.
In your pocket. For the second year in a row, the minimum wage in New York State has gone up, both this year and next. The minimum wage is increasing 50 cents per hour. That's an additional $2,000 to spend on all the things you need. In 2027, the minimum wage will be tied to inflation, which means increases will match costs. New York's new minimum wage, putting money directly into the pockets of New Yorkers who need it most. Go to ny.gov/affordability. Sponsored by the New York State Department of Labor.
Basketball season is here, and so are some great deals at Burdick Ford in Central Square. Burdick Ford is locally...
Burdick Ford. Gavendo's drunk. That's it. That's it. Gavendo's hammered. We all knew it. I don't even like the Padres. Yeah. Jackson Perfar signed with the Braves. Yeah. We had a Cy Young Award winner. We should be in the World Series. Yeah. I drove 100 miles to run out of the way to see them play a team. Yeah. I love the Padres. Is that about right? I'm right here in the studio. I'm just going to take my soda bottle cap and throw it on the ground because fuck you guys. Gavendo, I did. Were you not in here? I claimed that I was I made a joke about, not a joke about what you did, but I pretend that I was you. That I saved someone's life in a restaurant. Oh, jeez.
Watch your favorite ESPN Syracuse sports talk shows on QSportsTalk.com.
This is the Sports Show with Cody Mack.
Yes, this is the campaign slithered in trails in the cargo bay.
Hello. Sports Show, Cody Mack. ESPN Radio 97.7, 100.1, minutes away from the 315 with Brian Higgins as he's giving you all the SU coverage you need for Cuse and Duke up in the Dome tonight. I'm also giving you a little whatnot here as we hang out and doing some of my favorite old Duke Syracuse games. And, I mean, the obvious favorite, right, is February 1st, 2014. Cuse on a 20-0 run to start the season, right? Right? I know highlights from the game. You want them, I got them.
At long last, the wait is over.
Great ball movement by the Blue Devils. Parker gets a slam.
Duke in front by 2. Now Cooney a 3. Hey, got it over Suleiman. And the Orange are in front 21-20.
Down to 5. Suleiman sees it, has it knocked away, and Jefferson slams it home.
That's a real momentum builder going into the locker room.
The hype was huge. The first half matched the hype. It was great. It was exciting. It was close throughout.
And I would probably imagine the second half is much of the same. Cuse and Duke, one of my favorite battles. I didn't realize, though, that they had met. They met right here in 1989, December 6th. The day before my birthday, Battle of Juggernauts. Number 1 Cuse took down number 6 Duke, 78-76. Second half of this game, though. There we go.
Orange by 2. Fair on a little clear out isolation. Fires over Parker. Take that, young fella. It's good for 3. Drop off Fair. Elevated. Draws the contact. Banks in a tough one and a foul. A new career high for C.J. Fair.
Fair's a top pro pick. He's a great player.
He broke out of that good, solid player into a great player. He was a great player tonight.
The drive and slam by Fair.
Up in the world. He's the elevator man.
No matter which team was down, that team made a play. I mean, we had a good position on the game, and Thornton hit 3 threes in a row.
Around to the corner. Thornton again, another 3. 3 in a row for Tyler Thornton. It's a 2-point game. Wow. Tyler Thornton makes it 70-68.
35,000 standing here at the Dome. Racing toward the bucket. Down the right alley. Ennis flips it up and in, as you knew he would.
4.6. And Thornton's going to inbound it. Up to Suleiman. 3. Suleiman stops. Pops. Got it!
Oh. Overtime. How does overtime end? Like this.
What many would say is one of the most fun regular season games ever here at the Dome. The largest on-campus crowd ever. We are playing at least 5 more minutes to settle it. High scream for Christmas. There it goes to Jeremy. Got the defender on his back. Got to the bucket and pounded it down.
I think it's Hood you got to go there.
And it's Hood.
Oh, he tried to jam it for the win. He tried to jam it for the win and bricked it.
I think there's hand on the ball and arm on the arm.
Well, arm on the arm constitutes a foul.
Yeah.
5 seconds left. 4, now 3. Suleiman jumps the pass right. Loose ball to the right. Cook a floater. It's no good. It's no good. And the Orange have hit blackjack. They're 21-0 for the first time in program history.
One of the most remarkable college basketball games you'll ever see.
Just an incredible entry into the ACC for the rivalry of Duke and Syracuse.
Wow. Were you at that game? I don't know, man. Are you going to be at tonight's game? Whew. What a battle, Duke and Syracuse.
If you
Unreal.
paid $3,400 on the market for a courtside seat, it was money well worth spent. And if you sold your tickets for this game, you should be ashamed.
Jimmy B. Oh, man. Hopefully tonight, I don't know if it's going to be much of the same. Probably not. I would say Duke 80, Syracuse like 65. They cover. Is that okay? Either way, all the Duke-Syracuse info you need is mere moments away with the 3-on-5 with Brian Higgins. I catch you guys tomorrow for NBA talk. What? It's crazy. And obviously Cuse coverage on ESPN Radio 97.7 and 100.1.